You have no idea what it took for me to jerry-rig this freaking camera, this camera angle together. Okay? I've got a box of Mountain Dew Voltage. Okay? I've got a thrashed apple holding my phone in place, and I've got my phone's case. It's a wallet phone case holding it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a while since I've made a video. It's me. It's everybody's favorite 70s boy, lost in time. You know, I was in the new Minions movie. That's what happened to me recently. I was also in Steins Gate Zero. I played Daru after he lost all the weight. Today we have a special guest with us, Jupiter's Red Spot. Anyway, today we are going to be ranking. We're going to be ranking the salmon species, all 5 of them. There are no other species of salmon. This is objective, this is definitive, this is factual. So if you have any opinions that are other than the ones expressed in this video, you're just wrong in every way possible.
Uh-oh, guess what day it is?
Alright, we're going to get right into it. So first off, we have the humpy / the pink. Take a wild guess why they're called that. These salmon have the shortest lifespan out of any salmon, about 2 years or so. They hatch, they swim around in the Pacific Ocean for a little bit, and then after 2 years, they go back to where they were born and they get busy. This is easily why they're the most abundant species of salmon on this planet. Puts the name Humpy into perspective. That joke sucks because that's not how fish fertilize eggs. There's a Magic School Bus episode about it where the kids all get jizzed on.
Yes!
After they finish doing their Tom Jones sex bomb, they rot away for a while, alive, and then eventually die. According to Wikipedia, when bears take these little dudes away from the water and like drop their carcasses and stuff all over, it like really helps the trees of like Alaska and the adjacent areas. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. So how about how these things taste? They're not very good. If you catch them when they're in their first anime form, they taste okay. But the minute they enter the streams, they start to deteriorate alive, like I said earlier, and there's really no sense in eating them because their meat starts to become really mushy. Clip that if you want. I've personally caught a couple silver pinks. Here's me holding one when I was a short-haired, mustacheless, little baby-faced boy in 2021. They're all right. They're not nearly as good as the other salmon species, but they're passable. It's salmon, you know. If you catch them when they start to mature and they get those big humps and they turn pink, just release them. They look pretty cool though. I mean, that gigantic dominant hump and that hook jaw and that weird pink, the pink rotted hue they get, they look pretty cool. So overall, I'd rate this salmon 5 out of 10 and put it in rank C for
Carlos!
Oh my God!
Alright campers, next up we have chums, aka dogs, aka Kitas. First of all, right off the bat, these things look absolutely insane. They're awesome, alright? That weird brownish hue with the black and red stripes, it looks awesome, okay? These are huge, muscular sons of guns who fight hard.
Here he comes! Here comes him!
Next to kings, this is probably the salmon that I see the least. If I'm reading this correctly, they spread out further than any other salmon. Alright, you can find them from Korea to California. They're like the freaking biker gang of the salmon species. They just hang out wherever they want.
Yeah.
As for their meat, it's apparently the worst meat on any salmon, period. You should not eat it. I've never personally had it before. Just about everybody in Alaska has dissuaded me from trying it, so I never did. But I read somewhere a couple years ago in like a pamphlet, I'll see if I can find a picture, that they taste okay smoked, but I have no way to verify that. One of my friends from Alaska said this, so there you go. Also, this is kind of interesting, but this is the salmon species that they chose to represent in Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is weird to me. Like, they could have chosen any salmon. They probably should have chosen a sockeye, but they chose a chum. So I don't know. I personally think it's kind of cool that they went out of their way to choose that. And yeah, I did move this freaking game up after like 3 years to catch this thing. Anyway, these guys are bad to the bone. 6 out of 10. B tier for bad to the bone. The fish bone. It sucks. I forgot to crack open a dew before I did this. Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. Next up, we have silvers, aka cohos, and my personal favorite. The name is a little confusing since all salmon are silver when they're in their marine phase, but you'll see that these ones are pretty distinct. They're easily identifiable by their big scales, and they have a little bit of silver on their big, wide bow tails. Usually they're depicted looking like this silver hunk of majesty, but that's not always what they look like. In their freshwater phase, they look a lot different. They're red and green like a sockeye, but they're very distinct, and they're so cool looking. Apparently, whole populations of these things are endangered. Not the species as a whole, but whole populations in specific areas. Even the area that I was at was really struggling with populations of silvers. A lot of them were getting lost to disease. As for the taste, it's amazing. I could eat marine phase silvers all day. I still have 3 fillets from Alaska. Hit me up if you want some. Personally, for me, these guys get a 10 out of 10, but that's not realistic. So 8 out of 10, and rank A for awesome. Next up, we have kings, aka Chinooks. These guys are awesome. They are the largest species of salmon. All right. The Alaska state record is 97 pounds. All right. Can you freaking believe that? I have personally carried a 40-pound king in my own 2 arms that I personally 100% absolutely genuinely caught. And I bagged the dang thing. You literally have to buy a specific $100 license for kings, and you can only catch a yearly limit of 3. What? In terms of looks, their freshwater phase always differs. So, you know, I see brown ones, I see red ones. It always changes. It just depends on, you know, where it is, what group it's in. They're weird. But when they're in their silver phase, they just look like a big fat salmon with like smaller eyes and very distinct spots. As for taste, these things are supposedly the best. I wouldn't know. I've never had one. But yeah, these things are freaking awesome. That's just the way it is. I'm just a messenger. So I'm giving these bad boys a 9 out of 10 with high A rank, right above cohos for... I don't know.
The iconic meme, red is sus. Is red actually the sussiest color?
Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, we have the sockeye, aka the red. These things are famous. They're classic. They're iconic. Even Bear Hugger from the Wii Classic Punch-Out says sockeye when he punches people in the face. Sockeye! So you know these are just the best salmon there is. It's just objective. They're cool looking. They've got a green head and a red body. I mean, you immediately recognize these things, all right? You'll know it when you see it. What is there to dislike about them? Even Coyote Peterson likes them. He never does episodes on fish. It's always about some weird thing.
I think I just went to the bathroom in my pants a little bit.
Apparently, the taste is second only to kings, but I don't know. I've never tried it. Wait, I can probably... I was originally going to have a bit where I buy a big salmon fillet and I cook it and I pan fry it for you guys, but that proved more difficult than I thought it would because salmon fillets are $15. And I was like, oh, that's way too expensive. I'm not going to spend that much on a dumb video. I was like, I'll just go with this right here, this smoked wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. If you look right here, it says meat. It says $3.18. And I, me being stupid, I thought that meant $3.18, all right? No. This was $12. You know, you've seen the Better Call Saul episode, all right? I am a slave to the sunk cost fallacy.
That's the sunk cost fallacy.
You know, we've gone too far. We have to eat it on camera now. I've used this knife to dig out my ingrown toenails. So my hands are covered in like smoke, like fish oil. Here we have some smoked sockeye salmon. All right, it's still cold from bro. It's falling apart. All right, that's gone. All right, we're gonna take a bite. Oh, that's really good. That's delicious. Is $12 good? Maybe. Anyway, it's good. It's really good. 10 out of 10. I'm putting this bad boy in S tier for sockeye and salmon. Anyway, that was all 5 of the salmon species of the world ranked.